Hi Kiwi. Alright, we are picking up where we left off in the core, and I'm sure this is only going to go continue to go well. But we will see. This doesn't seem maybe as bad because it's just dashing, and I can deal with dashing. Dashing is my friend, probably. Well, it would help if I used my friend properly. Don't use your friends. Enjoy their company and respect them. Don't make them tools for your benefit. What am I even saying? Anyway, so we've been rambling about Smash. What else do I want to say about Smash? Well, where we left off, I was rambling about the Bridge of Elden glitches. Rob and Jigglypuff are really the only two that I really got to enjoy. One last comment on that, though. If Jigglypuff picked up an item while she was enlarged, the item would scale to her size, or at least certain items would, like Wario's bike, I guess because it was part of his character. Maybe it's only linked to characters. I forget if other items did the same thing or not. But either way, it was the bike would be as large as Jigglypuff, and you could try and throw it, and it would barely travel any distance from your model. But that's still a huge distance because you were giant. But oh man, Brawl glitches back in the day were so much fun. Except for the Meta Knight one, that was kind of just rude, giving the best character in the game a way to both move with complete and total invulnerability if you can control your button presses appropriately. That was, strictly speaking, entirely unnecessary. But Smash 4, I think I mentioned in the previous video, was the one I probably played competitively the most. And I was a Sonic main, and again, I have maybe on 2 separate occasions timed an opponent out. Otherwise, I have never played Sonic in that I would honestly consider it boring fashion. I don't enjoy watching competitive Sonics play. That's why I like Sonics, I think is his name, or there might be a 6 in there somewhere, I don't remember where. But the way he plays Sonic is he is the way I play Sonic. He's mostly a rushdown. He does sometimes use space to his advantage and go on platforms to like recuperate and plan his next attack, but generally he is rushing down his opponents rather than spacing them out and timing them out. And so he's very fun to watch. He's a very good Sonic player. Oh, I didn't even realize I still had a dash. Wow. I was not counting my dashes when I got the jump refill gem. I didn't account for that. It's fine though. But yeah, no, that's not the way I play Sonic. In Smash 4, I really didn't play many characters other than Sonic. I pretty much was a Sonic main and only him, compared to Brawl, where I, again, main pretty much every character. Right, I need to remember about that. When the switch flips, I need to be ready not to depend on these things for jumping. Alright, this seems like a good spot. Almost. Man, what I would give if this was just entirely ice platforming, or the ice platforms that you can jump on. I miss having platforms, Kiwi. I don't like these fireballs. They're gonna haunt my dreams for the rest of the week. But yeah, I don't have a lot to say on Smash 4. I don't know why I hate Diddy Kong, but I really just never enjoyed playing Diddy Kong and never enjoyed playing against him. I like Donkey Kong, he was fine. But yeah, Smash 4 was probably the loneliest of my Smash series because I didn't really have anyone to play it with. Because that came out when we were in the peak of grad school, so no one was really around. Was that actually the case? I don't know. No, it must have been when I was an undergrad. So I would have had people to play with. I guess I was just too busy doing my own thing. Yeah, that must have been it. I was too busy doing my own work that I didn't have enough time to, like, meet up with friends and play Smash 4 very much. I played Brawl with friends, but I guess that was because it was high school time. Man, that feels so long ago now. Oh well. We all get older over time, isn't that the case? It just doesn't feel good to acknowledge that reality, I suppose. You know, it would be nice if I could travel diagonally instead of dashing. Whatever. I can already feel the burnout resetting after this. So let's find something that would make me happy to talk about. Let's talk about the Pikmin series, because I mean, Smash Ultimate... Oh, let me talk about my mains in Smash Ultimate. Like I said, still a Sonic main in Smash Ultimate, and It was funny, in the early inception of Smash Ultimate, most people didn't consider Sonic very good, which I don't understand because, I mean, I was pretty consistent with him already, and he felt like it was his best version. He did get some nerfs, I believe, although I can't really fully remember how he changed from Smash 4 because it's been so long. But I'd believe it if you told me he had some nerfs. But regardless... Oh, Kiwi, yeah! Oh, like, oh no, lava, no. Kiwi, lava. Kiwi, save me. Right, I'm supposed to grab this. Oh, dearie me, what am I to do here? I think I climb up that way, maybe? And then get on top of this other platform. Yeah, this must be what I need to do. Jump here, spring. Okay, I see what I gotta do. Alright, this actually feels way more doable than the last couple of rooms because it's platforming and not cycle-based platform. It doesn't involve the fireballs is all I need to say. I think we've all established that I'm bad at dealing with those fireballs right now. Anyway, so Sonic is still my one and true main, but honestly, I have played Zero Suit Samus way more than Sonic at this point because she is your main and I was helping you learn how to play her. I also really love playing Incineroar. I don't know why, but Incineroar is just really funny to me as a character. I wasted. I needed to only use one dash there. I would have had it. Alright, this room definitely feels way more doable than the previous one. The second we bring in the fireballs and I have to deal with those as well as platforming against the lava, this run is over. I'm doomed. Okay, I can do this. There we go, and we're out. Oh, good. Platforming against the fireballs and lava. Hooray! Oh, I see what you're aiming for here. That's kind of crazy that you think me so capable as to be able to do this. Anyway, I guess let's ramble about Pikmin. I think I want to talk about Pikmin now. So where to start? So you and I have played Pikmin 4 together, and that was your first ever true Pikmin experience, as far as I'm aware. And it was quite fun. We did have you playing Player 2 on Pikmin 4, which unfortunately, unlike Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3 and I believe Pikmin 2 as well, you could actually control a captain directly rather than just having little Timmy mode, which is what I call like little brother mode or little sibling mode, where you're basically given godlike privileges, but you don't actually get to play the game. You're just supporting Player 1 in whatever they choose. And you definitely made Pikmin 4 substantially easier. I have to acknowledge that. But I still liked having you as my Player 2. I always do. Whoa, no! So... Okay. Okay, I see. I need to go up and then to the right. Okay. But we have the full Pikmin package now on the Switch, and I very much look forward to dragging you into that one day, where we just have to lament the hundreds to thousands of unintended deaths. Particularly Pikmin 1 and 2 were unnecessarily cruel with how they did enemy placement, and sometimes enemies would just spawn where you did not expect them and wipe out your entire army. And you know what? That is just the proper Pikmin experience at this point. How do I do? Okay, I go to the left. Gotcha. You have to do a left and then a diagonal up. Oh good, we're gonna be cycling against these fireballs now. Hooray! I already know how this is gonna go. Oh god, it gets... Oh no, Kiwi, it gets faster. Kiwi, it gets faster the further up you go. Oh no. Oh gosh. I'm not looking forward to this. But... Oh, I almost made it. Okay, this feels like just a... This is just a pray to whatever god you live with. Pray to whatever god you live with. Okay, I'm praying to Kiwi, I guess? Kiwi, are you my god? Honestly, if we had to ask our cats, Gnocchi is our god. Why is Gnocchi our god? Gnocchi is not godly at all. It's too slow. Anyway, but I have very distinct memories of just save scumming the heck out of Pikmin 1 as a kid because I just refused to let a single Pikmin die, and it was like a single death was a mark against my honor. Oh, I had that. but I don't know. I also, Pikmin 1 was the closest I ever came to speedrunning a Pikmin game. I thought about trying it with Pikmin 3 as well, and I never actually owned Pikmin 2 until the Switch, so unfortunately that was the one that was lost upon me. I didn't really understand what the hype about dungeons were until Pikmin 4. I quite like the dungeons, although I think I prefer the overworld collectathoning more. I do think one day, like an amazing Pikmin 4 DLC, if we ever get that, which I would love. Any excuse to play more of Pikmin 4, because in my eyes, it truly was the best Pikmin game I've played. Any excuse to play more of that would be amazing. But I would love to see a level editor eventually come into be an option. Oh my goodness, we are scaling upwards against cycles. Why devs? Why Celeste devs must you be so cruel to the humans? What did they ever do to deserve this? I think I've more or less got the timing of that down. I did not feel confident that I had it there, but I apparently did. Oh no. I could see the end though, Kiwi. Getting a little bit better every step. I need to just figure out what the position of the bottom fireball is to cycle this. I think it's about there. Now, a little too early, but yeah. It's like slightly before it gets up to the wall. Or slightly after it gets into the wall, rather. Since it looks like top and bottom row share the same cycle, more or less. It's slightly staggered? No, I don't think it is. So like that. And then... Whoop. I swear that was supposed to be vertical, but... I've really been feeling the control stick woes lately. I wonder if I'm starting to develop some drift from playing so much on this controller. That would be a shame. I do quite like it. For reference, I'm using a Stadia controller, which, like, we never bought into Stadia. We saw it was kind of a scam and a failed project from the outset. We just, or it wasn't a scam. It was just executives making decisions without knowing what they were trying to do, pretty much, which is, if that isn't the crux of the AAA gaming industry, I don't know what is nowadays, but it's actually a pretty solid controller that they put together. Oh, those were both supposed to be vertical, and I would have had it if they were. But it's a pretty solid controller. It holds up. It portions out just like an Xbox controller of sorts, but it fits my hands well, it's played well, and I'm happy with it. But the reason why we have it, I think, is we just got a random Stadia promotion, or you were like, Stadia is giving away controllers for free, and we don't even have to subscribe to their service. They're just giving them out. I'm like, okay, they must be crashing and burning, but hey, free controller, and we are both better for it, I suppose. Yeah! Alright, we made it. Oh, hey, it's back to Chapter 1 mechanics. Oh, hey, it's back to Chapter 2 mechanics. Oh, hey, it's back to Chapter 4 mechanics. And Chapter 5 mechanics. And Chapter 6 mechanics. And Chapter 7 mechanics. Haha! That was kind of cute. Oh, this looks sketchy. Okay. Well... oh no, it's this reminds me of the room previously, or this reminds me of the room that led to the cassette tape in the original challenge, or in the original version of this. Well, here we go. Wish me luck, Kiwi. I think I'm supposed. I have a feeling I should not have used my dash there, but I also don't know if I can get away without it. I don't think I can. Okay. I'll get a sense of this room soon enough. Anyway, Pikmin. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately the joys of Pikmin 2 were lost upon me because I didn't happen upon a copy of it when it was on the GameCube, and I didn't purchase it for when it was re-released on the Wii U, or I think it was re-released on the Wii U, because I got the Wii U pretty late into its life, and I kind of regret having gotten it because, I mean, pretty much every game that came out on the Wii U ended up coming out on the Switch anyway. I will say if there was one game I'm happy that I got that came out on the Wii U, though, it would be the Xenoblade Chronicles X. I spent so much time in that game, and I don't think it, to my understanding, it's never going to be re-released on the Switch, just because its file size, it's basically a straight MMO on a disc. And the devs have said as much, that it just, the amount of effort and time it would take to, just the amount of, the sheer volume of resources that would be required to re-release that game on the Switch, likely will not meet the player base that would play it, and it would probably function as a net loss for them. So it's just not financially feasible. So sadly, if anyone ever wanted to play Xenoblade Cross, you're gonna have to fork over the gold for the gold. You're gonna have to fork over the money for a Wii U and get a used copy at this point. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it's pretty well documented that the odds of it ever coming out on the Switch are effectively 0, which is a shame. I think the main reason they're not doing it is because it's not part of the core series timeline. Like, they have said that it will not, you don't need to know the story of Xenoblade X to know to follow Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. Although there may be possibility there is some link between them. Oh no! I saw the end. I saw the exit key. We was so close. But oh my goodness, Xenoblade X. I mean, you've heard me gush to you about it a little bit, primarily in regards to the music, because they got Hiroyuki Sawano to do some of the music, and I forget the other composer names, which is a huge discredit to them, because it's not just Sawano who's carrying that soundtrack. Let me make that clear. I think they had, if I recall, they had 3 core composers on the game, and they all did amazing work. That game's soundtrack, I mean, all of the Xenoblade games have phenomenal soundtracks. But Xenoblade X was, Xenoblade X definitely stands out to me when I'm asked, okay, list some songs that have, like, affected you from video games. I mean, obviously most of the soundtrack from Nier and most of the soundtrack from Undertale, those are the 2 games I'll think of very quickly. But Xenoblade X, the more I listen to the soundtrack again, like, I've been on a bit of a nostalgia trip for its music, like, I realized how impactful some of those songs were on me when they showed up in the game, and, like, I know it's kind of silly to have what you'd probably call core memories for video games, but I have a very distinct core memory to the Sylvalum Night theme. Basically, you unlock Sylvalum once you unlock the mech of Xenoblade X, which the mech itself was really fun, just being able to drive and then eventually fly around the world. And they had things that only could be accessed by using those means of transport. It was so much fun, I remember. Come on, Jeff. Nope, not happening. But you unlock the mech and you finally gain access to a new landmass. And as you enter this landmass, you mostly see a rocky terrain with a small sandy beach leading to an entrance into this almost cocoon-like rocky rock-covered orb type thing. It's not a full orb. There's clearly no roof, but you couldn't see over it, so how would you know what's inside yet? And then when you get in there, you are met with kind of a fungal-themed world almost. But for me, it was as I crossed the arc, the arcing entrance to this area, and I see this huge... Oh, I can't flip it back, darn it. I'm not going to have enough time, darn. I thought I could flip it back and buy a little more time with the lava. Anyway, you see this huge expanse of fungal growth, and well, that felt kind of fancy, not going to lie. Alright, let's let the lava get fairly high before I do this. Then I need to fall to the right, grab that. No! 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 Oh well. So you finally pass, you get past this precipice, you enter this area full of just, it's green, and there was an aurora weather condition going on, so the sky is just glowing blue and green and aurora borealis type style, you know. The sky is glowing green and blue and beautiful. There are these, almost look like dandelions when they're in their puff forms, covering the land, and larger glowing green orbs of what you can only presume to be fungal growth. Darn. And then as that all happens, as you're taking in this beautiful, different, like so different compared to other video game landscapes sort of world, the music, which had been building up, hits its climax. And of course it was nighttime, so I'm hearing the Sylvalum Night theme, which again, like, Sylvalum's music is pretty. Sylvalum Night is a genuine, like, beautiful masterpiece to me in terms of how the song sounds. And that music just hits right at its climax while you're entering this area. That moment sticks with me. It's like one of the most, like, pure, this is what I love, this is what video games mean to me sort of moments I have ever had. Because it was the perfect combination of the music is correct, the moment is correct, the gameplay up until this point is correct, the visuals, the audio, the narrative, everything just clicked in the most amazing, beautiful way possible. And that is what I want to get from a video game. Not just to experience a story, but to experience an art form. And video games are absolutely art. There's no questioning that. People who argue that video games are not art probably have not played video games. There are definitely video games that I would not want to call art, but that doesn't mean they aren't art. They're a form of expression, and they bring us to worlds that we could never possibly have hoped to interact with in any other capacity. I see what I gotta do. Flip that switch. Oh no. Okay, this room doesn't seem so bad. I don't have to worry about being conservative with my dash because I can hop on these guys to get the rest of the way. Got it. So I'll use my dash here, and then jump, use my dash here, and then hippin' and hoppin' and a pippin' and a poppin' and grab that. I needed to let go. I was trying to let go, but I didn't let go fast enough. Anyway, but yeah, that's hands down one of my most core memories for video game nostalgia, if you want to call it nostalgia. But I think it's a mix of nostalgia and appreciation for the art form that video games can be. Okay, new one. I see, so I have to use the conveyor belt to hit that switch. Then what? Okay, I grabbed the ledge on the left, I bet. They give you very little time to react to that initial, But how are you supposed to get over there, then? The other core memory of video games that I can think of that kind of hits that similar feeling is maybe not so positive an experience. There was a visual novel called Saya no Uta, and this is not a visual novel for the faint of heart. That's a confident. Oh! I just gimmicked this level. I don't know if that was intended, but that is what I have decided was intended for Jeff. Well, I gimmicked myself now, so it's fine. I wonder if that's what you were actually supposed to do. That's crazy if it was. The devs really thought hard about how to design this game, didn't they? I have to give them credit for that. It is a painstakingly difficult game, but I know this is going to sound cheesy. There is so much heart put into this game, if nothing else. Okay, I swear, I'm just sliding off the ice there. That's not me actively walking off. I don't actually know if there are ice physics here. I swear I am trying not to hit that switch until the ice has come down. There, we can just wait it out a little bit. I didn't have a dash. I did not have a dash there. Forgot that I used them both here. Alright, I just need to wait it out on the conveyor belt, I guess. Or I wait it out here a little bit. Oh no, I wasn't ready. My brain does not associate grabbing that ledge as the same as grabbing the switch that gets triggered when I grab the ledge. I see what I need to do. There's a little platform there that I can grab onto. Okay. Alright, so let's buy a little time. Grab that switch. There we go. And then the conveyor belt brings us back up. Aha! Okay. There can't be too many more rooms left, can there? Anyway, I was going to talk about Saya no Uta. This game is 100% nightmare fuel to those of the faint of heart. So do not approach this game with that, like, definite content warning. It has a lot. It's a dark visual novel. And to kind of give you a preface for what it's about, it is about a man who suffers a traumatic incident, physically traumatic, I believe, and then because of that trauma, he gets some sort of brain damage that makes it so that he can only see the world as if it was this grotesque, fleshy monsterscape. All the humans have distorted voices and look like fleshy meat monsters. And even his friends, like, he knows they're his friends, but he cannot recognize them the same way. They look like these horrendous monsters with distorted voices and figures, pulsating flesh-like appendages. Just kind of an absolute nightmare fuel fest. Food no longer tastes good. He, just the world is not even remotely the same for him. And he encounters a girl in the hospital that he's staying at, who for some reason looks normal, which, given how the world is, should probably tell you exactly what this girl is. And it is not good. And basically, this is the story about him falling in love with this monster that consumes human flesh. And the reason why he falls in love with her is not only is she like the only normal looking person to the point she's like beautiful to him, she also is able to provide him food that he actually has a taste for. Unfortunately, that food is effectively human flesh. Or dumpster rot, if not. And mind you, they're working in a hospital, or she lives in a hospital, and he's currently staying in a hospital. So I'm pretty sure that that food is coming from the patients. And later, when he leaves the hospital, it comes from his friends, among other people. So this, again, is this is a dark, definitely not safe for work, very, 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 very messed up visual novel. And you want to know why I even read this thing in the first place? It was because my friend, I was talking to my friend about anime that had made me cry, that I thought were like beautiful and really sad, and he's like, the saddest experience of that medium, of that adjacent medium that he's ever experienced, that made him cry, that had like the best supporting female character he's ever seen, was Saya no Uta. And the problem with this person is, like, I think he genuinely meant that. I don't understand how he genuinely meant that, but I'm pretty sure he did. Regardless, I played Saya no Uta on his recommendation, and yeah, so the core memory. I had that. Why was it diagonal, Kiwi? Why can't I get along with my controller? Why am I not allowed to get along with my controller? I have dashes in this room. I don't have to conserve both of them, it seems. Okay, we did it. Anyway, oh. Oh my god, Kiwi. It's the last room. It's the last room, and we have reduced gravity. Okay, got it. Anyway, yeah, so that was why he recommended the game to me. He said it was the saddest game with the best female character he's ever seen. And I have so many questions to what brought him into that opinion. Oh wait, do I? Okay, I regenerate my dash. I don't have to conserve it here. Good. Doesn't mean I'm going to use it appropriately. But anyway, so the core memory. It was... Somehow the music synced up, so we have this really, like, unpleasant guitar riff playing through. Haha, I remembered the mechanic, so I didn't die to it. Yeah, I tried to save it. Oh well. Okay, was able to get my dash back. Can I make this? I can. I can probably buy enough time for that gem to... Well, I bought enough time, at least. Anyway. Oh, well. So here's what happened. So you're at the point where the male best friend of the main character has figured out what you're doing. You're eating people, and he's like, oh my goodness, I need to stop him. He's a monster, and he's in love with a monster. And think I need to buy time here. Oh no. I'm off cycle, Kiwi. What do I do? Ah. Oh, I see what they're doing. We're gonna have to go through the top to get through the bottom to platform further. Oh, that's gonna mess with my brain. Something fierce. Can I buy it? Okay, I bought enough time there. We'll just do this. Okay, I don't know how that became a diagonal. Anyway, so male friend encounters the fact that you are consuming human flesh. And how does he find that? He finds his romantic love interest in your fridge. In pieces, mind you. Like, he recognizes her head, I think. And as he makes this discovery in your fridge, you find him, the main character rather, finds him snooping about. And rather than killing him and eating him, which he felt apparently very morally ambivalent about, he decided to throw his friend down a well and presume that he would die that way. Because he didn't care about eating... Mind you, he was friends with this romantic love interest, so... you know, he had moral scruples about eating his best friend, but not his best friend's girlfriend, I guess. Oh, I get what I'm supposed to do there. I've been approaching it the wrong way. I have to fall through where those blocks are. I wasn't convinced I could get there. Anyway, so he pushes his friend down a well. And then, so following that scene, after he has killed his best, or effectively, as far as he's concerned, killed his best friend and eaten his best friend's girlfriend, he proceeds to transform the girl that was in love with him prior to all of this happening, like an actual human female person. That is, I am a human. I know what human female persons are. But yeah, the girl who had a crush on him, he proceeds to, because she's like still trying to be friends with him, he takes sympathy on her and tries to make her attractive to his eyes by having him and the monster completely disfigure her body. And yeah, what happens next is the voice actress of this human female friend killing it in this distorted, like, her calling out the main character's name and saying, like, help me, save me. At that moment, after everything else that had happened, the music, the perfect moment of the music happens where it's just this kind of, I don't know what I was hoping for there. The guitar, the main guitar riff of the music is just like this really unpleasant not grungy, I don't know the proper word to describe it, but needless to say, it's an electric guitar playing the music, and it's just this really uncomfortable sounding song. And I just remember the combination of that voice actress calling out for help, the guitar riff, and the narrative up until that point. It is actually like a scene that genuinely, like, I can't unsee, and I can't unfeel the sheer feelings of disgust and despair. And my goodness, like, that's not a good thing to, like, core memory, but, you know, we don't always get to choose what our core memories be. Oh, I needed to dash. Wait, I can save this. Come on. Oh, it's a block. Okay. Oh, it falls. Okay. I'm very close to getting this, so what I need to do is... I think I just go for this in 2 dashes. It may need to, like, try and sync up with the pink wall, but I don't think I do. Oh, wait, you know what? I just realized I can fall through... I forgot that I can fall through the ground, and apparently I lost my chance because I was trying to be way more calculating than I needed to be. Unfortunate, but it's fine. We can salvage this. I think I've got this, Kiwi. We're seeing the end, but yeah, Saya no Uta is again the name of that game. I don't particularly recommend it to anyone, although I feel like you might enjoy it just for how messed up it is. Why you enjoy these sorts of things is anyone's question, but I don't know. I don't even know if it's your sort of tea, because it's just so kind of... It's gross. It's a really gross visual novel. But I don't know. I don't want to spoil it for those who would ever choose to explore it, but let's just say your girlfriend may end up bringing about the apocalypse and the end of humanity as we know it. Boyfriend's happy about it, though. Alright. Round 2. I just have to clear these platforms. Don't even worry about what happens after. Well then, Jeff, I promise you, whoever's watching, that I was trying to go vertical there. I seem to really be having a fight with this controller. But I refuse to play this on keyboard because I've gotten this far with controller, I'm going to see it through to the end on controller. If I ever speedrun this game, I'm definitely switching to keyboard. I think I'll be way more consistent. But yeah, the only other thing I can think of as like a core video game memory, and I don't really feel this way about it the same way I feel like the other two, like those are just like ingrained in my psyche as like moments that I could not possibly forget. But probably the other experience of video games that I could probably contend with that notion would have been Nier Automata, when Simone shows up, or and a beautiful song starts playing. What an entrance! You're in this how to describe this? You are in a setting where up until this point, robots have been your enemy. And as far as you're concerned, they still are. And then you enter this town area filled with robots just having fun and playing, acting almost human, which is strange in its own right. Ah, I took that a little too fast. Should have gone for the diagonal. And the music there is beautiful, but you eventually do come against robots that are aggressive to you. The reason why you're in this town is you're tracking down the signals of your fallen comrades, or you don't know that they're necessarily fallen at this point, but there's a reasonable assumption because a lot of your comrades have been falling of late. It seems to be a trend in this game that people you care about die, you know? Alright, I'm gonna borrow my brain for a second. Okay, and now I should just be able to fall onto this, and there we go, Kiwi. Core number 8 complete. Or say goodbye, complete chapter 8 B-side. The latter half I would say was manageable. The first half was an abject nightmare. That was so unbelievably difficult. Those fireballs, man. Ready for a real challenge. No. No, Kiwi, no. 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 Oh no, there's more. Seasides have been unlocked, and golden strawberries have appeared at the start of every chapter. Good luck, Madeline. Oh, no. You mean there's more of this? 850 deaths. Let's see how that compares to the other B-sides real quick. I know I'm kind of padding this video. That's not my intent. I'm very curious. Okay. Doesn't beat the summit, but the summit was just really long. If we're going in terms of, like, length, yeah, Mirror Temple felt really good. Golden Ridge, let's not talk about it. Yeah. That was definitely the hardest B-side for me. Chapter 4's B-side was hard. But, my goodness, the core was rough. So what do I do? Do I do chapter 9 or do I go... I think I'm going to do I think I'm going to do the C-sides first. And then we'll do chapter 9 last in case... Because it says, like, the farewell or whatever. It sounds like that's the end. So, let's let the end be truly the end. Assuming there's no B-side or C-side, which there probably will be. But that's things to come. Well, Kiwi, I'll talk about Nier Automata a little bit more. Actually, you know what? I do have a core memory with Nier Automata. Beauvoir is one of them, but... I just realized there's one that I definitely remember. But we'll talk about that in due time. With all that said, Kiwi, I hope you have enjoyed watching if you're awake, and if you are awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. In the next one, we see whatever these C-sides are, and I'm not necessarily eager to find out. I love you, Kiwi. I'll see you in the next one.